As the world's spotlight fixed upon his extraordinary triumph, snatching the MotoGP world title with Ducati in the 2025 season, Marc Marquez, the legend who had just completed a spectacular comeback, found himself unable to fully savour the jubilation. Amid the euphoria of his victory, behind the recovery from a complex shoulder injury that had kept him off the track, the champion's heart felt lacerated. That pain stemmed not from torn ligaments or broken bones, but from a heartbreaking sight, watching his teammate, the double world champion Pecco Bagnaia, plunge into an inexplicable abyss of inconsistency throughout the 2025 season. This is the honest confession of a champion about his rival's plight, his own physical condition, and his grand ambitions for the future, delivered in an open press conference in Madrid. Before we dive deeper into this profound and exclusive narrative and dissect every meaningful word from Marc Marquez's poignant confession, make sure you've smashed that like button on this article and subscribed to our channel. Your support is the fuel that keeps us delivering razor-sharp analysis and the most accurate pro-level news straight from trusted sources in the MotoGP world. Let's get cracking. In an atmosphere of raw openness, Marc Marquez laid bare his most heartfelt feelings about the season that had just concluded, particularly regarding his teammate, Francesco Pecco Bagnaia. "It hurts to see him like this," Marquez declared, revealing the humane side of a true competitor. This is a powerful sentiment coming from a rider who had just bested Bagnaia in the title fight, while elevating himself to the pinnacle of Ducati's project. The 2025 season was meant to be an epic chapter, a nail-biting duel eagerly anticipated between the 8-time world champion, Marquez, returning to peak form, and the double world champion, Bagnaia, fighting to preserve his dominance. This prediction had heated up the paddock atmosphere following the announcement of Marquez's promotion to the factory Ducati team. Yet, the reality on track was far from that script. From the season opener in Qatar, Bagnaia never displayed the same aura as the world champion of previous years. His campaign felt like a total roller coaster, a wildly fluctuating journey that even Bagnaia himself, according to Marquez, might struggle to explain the differing sensations from one round to the next. To grasp the depth of Marquez's empathy, we must revisit the sheer unpredictability of Pecco Bagnaia's season. After navigating the first half with results already marked by ups and downs, his form grew even more erratic after the summer break. This roller coaster kicked off with shocking results at Misano, where Bagnaia failed to score points in both races, sprint and main race. That bitter outcome was then miraculously avenged in full at Japan, where he showcased total dominance and won the Grand Prix in the style of a true champion. However, this positive momentum proved fleeting. Upon arriving in Indonesia and Australia, Bagnaia was once again mired in issues. In these two Pacific rounds, he lacked any pace whatsoever, an anomaly hard to swallow for a rider of his caliber. The instability persisted. At Sepang, Malaysia, he flashed his genius by rising from qualifying 1 Q1 to seize pole position and dominate the sprint race. Alas, cruel luck struck again in the main race when a tyre puncture snatched away a podium that was within grasp. The nadir came at the Portuguese Grand Prix, where he managed only 8th in the sprint before crashing out while languishing well back in 4th during the main event. With just one round remaining, this situation left Pecco Bagnaia facing a grave risk, potentially stranded in 5th place in the final riders' standings. This is a position unthinkable for a 2-time world champion on the best bike in the grid. Though Bagnaia and the Ducati team had repeatedly tried to turn their GP25 around, making extreme configuration changes to regain lost front-end confidence, a permanent solution eluded them. Davide Tardozzi, Ducati's team manager, even admitted in Portugal that the team had done everything they could to help Bagnaia, but to no avail. Marquez, drawing on his vast experience, offered a calming analysis. "Pecco hasn't forgotten how to ride a bike. We saw that at Motegi. The dominant performance in Japan was proof that Bagnaia's speed and natural ability remained intact. The issue lay more in the mental realm, confidence, or perhaps a technical combination that's hard to fathom." Thus, for Marquez, the best escape from this vicious cycle of inconsistency is time. The best thing that can happen to him is for winter to arrive and he does a reset, Marquez said. A complete break, detaching from the pressure and technical complexities of the GP25, would allow Bagnaia to restart with a clear mind. According to Marquez, Bagnaia's return to peak form isn't just for the rider's own good, but would be the best thing for the Ducati project. The solidarity and strength of two factory riders is key to the brand's dominance, and Marquez is acutely aware of that. Marquez's deeply empathetic confession came while he himself was battling recovery. After clinching the world title, he suffered a complex shoulder injury from an incident with Marco Bezzecchi at the Indonesian Grand Prix. This forced him to miss the final 4 races of the 2025 season, including the Valencia closer, as well as the crucial Valencia test. This meant Marc Marquez was the only rider absent on the first day of the next season. At the same press conference, Marquez appeared without a sling on his right arm, a positive development following a medical check the previous day. "I'm not bored. I don't have time to be bored," he quipped. His focus now is on rehabilitation. "We've been focusing lately on slowing things down, and then starting with rehab. Everything's going well," he affirmed. He is now performing the everyday movements with the arm. This injury is not his first rodeo. It's noted that Marquez's current ailment is somewhat linked to issues in the same shoulder, stemming from the 2020 Jerez incident that forced him into 4 infamous surgeries. However, he clarified, "This is something I've been through from something in the past. Only I and my doctor know how my arm is," he said, keeping the deeper medical details under wraps. Marquez also shared technical insights on the paddock debate. Which is better, the GP24 or GP25, old and new spec bikes? He opined that the best package would adopt the GP24 base, but incorporate the innovations from the GP25. According to him, this allows a small step forward with front-end confidence, without forgetting the rear, which is all a compromise. At 32 years of age, Marc Marquez displays maturity in facing everything, including the collision incident at Mandalika with Bezzecchi. He asserted that he is the most experienced rider in MotoGP right now, and he knows that no rider creates a dangerous situation on purpose. This maturity led him to refrain from blaming Bezzecchi. "People over 30 should measure their words more," he remarked. Regarding contracts and the future beyond 2026, when the door swings wide open for the 2027 season, Marquez is extremely cautious. He won't make decisions while injured or off the bike. "That's something important, unless it's very, very clear," he said. Right now, he's in a sweet moment back at the top, and this is the time to make decisions that are right and selfish, thinking about myself. Bearing in mind that 2027 will be a year when all manufacturers scramble for the best bike, Marquez knows he must manage this well and trust your instincts. Marc Marquez's confession lifts the veil on the emotions and strategies behind a world champion's helmet. From profound empathy for Pecco Bagnaia needing a total reset, to steely determination to make physical condition the prime factor in chasing the 2026 title, Marquez once again proves why he is an extraordinary rider. Now, with all the facts laid bare, we want to hear from you, the true fans. In your view, will a winter reset be enough to restore Pecco Bagnaia to his best and challenge Marc Marquez in 2026? Or is the inconsistency he faced in 2025 a sign that his era of dominance is over, replaced by fiercer competition? Drop your comments below and let's thrash out your predictions for the 2026 MotoGP season.